something that surprised me when I read about the woman who's 63-year-old that gave birth to a kid.
This is a new record?
Yeah, it's the oldest birth they've had. But the thing that surprised me is that her kid is 5 months old. And this is like the first that we're hearing of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it went a long time before the news broke.
Well, didn't she lie about her age?
She told him she was in her 50s because she went to a fertility clinic. Actually, I didn't even know you could have children when you're 63.
Well, it wasn't her egg.
So she had already gone through the change of life then?
I don't know. I don't even really understand all that plumbing.
Me neither.
You know, I understand stay away, it's a bad thing.
Well,
this is all bad here. You don't want to be near it. Don't touch anything down there when that's all going on.
Yeah.
You can mess something up big time.
The dad is 60. Excuse me. She's 63. The dad's 60. They're all at home, and helping on the home front is the new mom's mother, who's in her 80s.
Ah, good. That's perfect. So this kid, by the time 7, is an orphan. The whole family dies of old age.
It's not even like the Tony Randall situation where the dad's 77 but the mom's 26.
Right, so at least that kid's got some kind of a chance at a stepdad. This is just...
Jack Klugman.
This child is being raised by the dead. It's like being born into a zombie family.
Well, anybody with kids, I mean, you remember when your kids went through the terrible twos? Was that exhausting?
Man, I thought just being having an infant is exhausting.
Yeah.
I mean, what can be more tiring than 24 hours a day checking to see if someone's choking? What is that?
And a newborn infant that has to be fed like every 16 hours or something like that.
16 hours?
What?
What are you feeding, an Ethiopian baby over there, Watley?
Like every 3 or 4.
Snake eats every 16 hours.
Well, I'm saying responsibility.
Oh, I guess.
Well, I don't know. What do you think? Is it too late to have kids? 1-800-RUN-AROUND. 63, too late? You know, Fez mentioned Tony Randall. He's 77. She's 63. I mean, I don't know. Is it something different if you're a man or a woman then?
What are you saying, they should get together?
They might have solved the whole problem. No, I don't think she could have got a rise out of Tony Randall. It's, he needs that 27-year-old girl.
Why did they decide they wanted a baby at this age?
I don't know.
And should you even be allowed to have a baby at this age?
That's a good question.
You know, because obviously they didn't do it on their own. You know, they cheated nature a little bit. Nature's smart enough to go, hey, you're on the backside here. No sense in bringing a new life in.
I mean, there must have been something going on if she felt the need to lie about her age.
Well, the cutoff at the fertility center is 55, which also
is old.
Seems a little old, yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, now then again, there's no law that says you can't have a baby.
No, it's not a matter of the law, but you know you're stretching the laws of nature here. This isn't her egg. This is not her egg, which really means genetically it ain't her kid.
Is the child able to breastfeed?
No. Are you kidding me? It's like getting powdered milk.
No, I think the woman breastfed her.
You are sucking on powdered milk at that point.
No, but she did. She did. The guy who did the in vitro said the woman breastfed her baby.
Oh, that's so sick. Just sucking on a 63-year-old breast.
Ron, you're on the Ron and Ron show.
I know it.
Not you, the caller.
No.
Yeah. My name is Ron.
Hey.
I'd just like to say I think that baby was born with cobwebs around his head.
Just coming through that cobweb canal.
Cobweb canal?
He was taking a trip to the Haunted Mansion down that birth canal.
Can you imagine how embarrassed this kid's going to be at the Little League game? His parents just...
Has to wheel him out?
Yeah.
Your grandma sure is nice. No, that's my mom. I don't know.
My mom has Alzheimer's.
I can do anything I want.
Let's go today, Mom.
Okay. All right.
Lisa, you're on the Ron and Ron show.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi. I was just calling to tell y'all that the lady that's having the baby, her daughter had died of cancer and had her eggs frozen, and the daughter's last wish was for her mom to have a baby.
What? Yeah, but that must have been why her brain was eaten away by cancer. She wasn't making any sense.
But I'm just saying that's why she had. I mean,
all right, my wish is for my mother to have a baby. She ain't gonna do it. You know,
got some sense to her.
Lie to the cancer kid and then move on.
I wish I had a baby sister.
So this woman gave birth to her own grandkid
Right.
at her age, and now she's going to keep it.
With a cancerous cell.
Now, that's weird that they can freeze the egg.
Wait, it's not a cancerous cell.
The egg is a cell.
No, that's not. It's a whole different deal.
I think it's weird that they could freeze it, don't you?
Oh, they've been freezing stuff from the word
Freeze
go.
it, pull it out,
Yeah.
throw it in the oven.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the problem with people freezing their sperm, and then they get divorced. Who does the sperm belong to? Does woman get to say, I want half the sperm?
No, I believe that'd be my essence.
Yeah, but this stuff is going through the courts.
So say she uses your sperm, has a baby, do you pay child support? Because it's your baby.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Even if you weren't dead.
Everything is so wacky.
Yeah.
But obviously they have that. I mean, why is that any less your responsibility?
Science has ended up cursing us.
I don't think I would want, if I were this kid, and my mom was 63, by the time I turned 10, she's 73, I'm wondering who's going to my graduation. I mean, I'm wondering if I've got a parent that's just not going to be there completely.
I'm just when I'm going to be old enough to hang myself. That's my only thing. When am I going to be old enough to get the rope and the ladder out and get in the garage and get this thing over with?
Climb in the car with the hose and say, move over, Charlie Pell. Make some room.
Charlie Pell. He had one depressive tape 5 years ago. Give that old man a break.
Watch that. Do anything right. Stacy, you're on the Ron and Ron show.
Hello?
Hi, Stacy.
Hey.
Hi, you're going to love this one. I work for Social Security, and once a child, if you have a dependent child under 18, and this person's over 62, it's automatically eligible for Social Security benefits.
How much?
Half of what the mother gets, or your father gets, who's over 62.
This kid is born rich.
This kid is born and getting a Social Security
So
check.
we're paying for this little...
We're going to be paying.
Freak is doing.
No, the person paid it with their taxes off.
Oh, yeah, they did put a whole lifetime of taxes in.
Literally.
Yeah.
But if I found out I was paying any money for this, I'd personally go over there and beat that kid to death with a hammer.
Right. There's people, if you're over 62, you have a child under 18, you're going to get Social Security benefits for your child as well as a dependent.
Now, Stacy, what do you think? Should there be an age where women, there should really like a cutoff age?
Oh, forget it. I'm 27, I have a 2-year-old, and I can't take care of him.
It's really hard.
I'm exhausted. I couldn't imagine being 62.
It's true, though, Fez. You've never had to, be around a baby. It's the hardest thing in the world. I remember the night we brought my daughter home. And
You're up for days.
Yeah, we were up all night, and you think the whole time that you're going through the pregnancy, we're like, oh man, 2 weeks, and this is all over, because my wife's thinking, all you can focus on is that one day.
Right.
And the night we brought the baby home, we were just looking at each other about 5 o'clock in the morning, and we're going, I wonder if we can do this. This is, and then luckily the next day, both of our mothers came over to the house and helped. Because without that, I don't know what I would have done.
And the longer
I'm not exactly the mother here. I was the least exhausted of the two of us, and I was hallucinating.
But the longer you're up, obviously the more you have to freak.
Oh yeah,
About it.
I saw the baby's head just turn into a big devil's head.
Man.
But I was thinking, I think the smart thing to do here is like that couple in Delaware, is take the baby out, beat its head on the street, and throw it into the trash can.
You can do that, but here's the thing with this old lady couple, she'll just run to her daughter's cancer-rage corpse and yank another egg out of it. Do it all over again. You won't stop her.
Yeah.
This whole thing about having somebody 63 as a mom is a little, I don't know, disturbing. I like everybody's right to do what they want to do, but maybe there should be a law.
Polo, how old is your mother?
She's actually 77.
All right, now that old woman would have a 14-year-old kid. That would be awful.
Right.
That crazy old lunatic woman.
No, I was adopted, as you know, so she had a miscarriage. And
you lived. And somehow you lived.
And then I was adopted.
Somebody spilled Ed Begley's battery acid into the aborted fetus and became Polo. It's a whole movie coming out.
How do you go and say, well, Estelle Getty's my mom? I know I'm only 9.
Here's the thing. Remember how much you hated going into your old grandmother's house when you were a kid?
Because
That's where you'd live.
It had that smell, for one
What
thing.
is that smell?
I don't know. It's old people smell.
It's a dryness. There's no moisture in the air.
No, I think it's like 40 years of dead skin. Because that's the number one ingredient in household dust.
And always hard furniture.
And wool rugs.
Very, very hard.
We had a big thing with mothballs with my grandmother.
That makes me sick.
Because
the thought of those things.
Because she would go away, for half a year at a time from her own home,
Yeah.
and just load up the place with mothballs.
I bet that was just to keep the moths off her own ass, Fuzzy.
Those are all environmental
She's moving
things.
too fast for moths to grow there.
That's all environmental stuff. What about the parenting side of it? That's the weird part for me. The actual hands-on parenting.
Oh, God, disgusting.
Keith, you're on the Ron and Ron show.
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, Keith.
You're right. The parenting part is really going to be difficult for him. I mean, I know myself. When I was born, I was breastfed by my grandmother, and now that kid's going to have a tough life because now I can only drink milk that's past its expiration date.
Thank you.
I was like
a long way to get to the punchline, but it was kind of cute.
Well, the hook was in my mouth. Breastfed.
I know. After you see this one story, you're going to believe that.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like gullible. The gullibility factor has been raised.
If that kid breastfeeds, they won't have to bother buying him a swing set.
No, you can still have an active sex life. Your 60s and 70s can be a very rewarding time, but you don't want to be raising a baby then.
You don't want the fruits of that labor.
Right.
Or labor from, having that fruit. Either way. Apparently, though, as far as having the baby...
Wait a minute, here's another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now I'm upset.
Go ahead.
All right, we got the mother taking the egg from her dead daughter's corpse, right?
Mm-hmm.
She yanks that out of there.
Sure.
Right.
The father is also the grandfather. So it's like the father had sex with his own daughter to have a mongoloid, crazy, inbred DuPont child.
Not only did the father have sex with his own daughter, it was while she was sick with cancer.
And the mother was there.
Like he mounted her in the hospital.
Oh, man.
That's what it comes down to.
Now you get me hot. As soon as I hear the term mounted in the hospital, for me that's like more on the balls. It's
very hard?
Yeah, it's hard. More on the balls, Daddy.
More on the balls.
What a sick family. No wonder they're anonymous.
Oh, sure.
Jeff, you're on the Ron and Ron show.
Hey, on behalf of the boys, more on the balls.
More on the balls.
More on the balls.
Right back at you.
I had an idea. I wanted to run by you guys.
All right.
Well, since I've been hearing that statement, I've been walking around the house saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend doesn't really quite know what I mean, but the sex has been better, so...
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It's something you should whisper, though, in case the child's in the other room. That we found that out from Tiffany. More on the balls.
You know what I wonder how a billboard that's like they have those clever statements for the alcohol ads and all. What if a nice billboard that just said, "Hey girls, more on the balls." I wonder if that helps.
Just leave it at that.
That's an idea.
All right.
Have a fun weekend, guys.
You too, man.
Thanks, Jeff.
That is a sexy thing to say to a lady, though.
It's got a subliminal effect, probably. You hear that enough, and it plays on your subconscious.
Sure it does. The sex thing, it never gets any less confusing. Just like this thing we're finding out, the egg is your daughter's egg, and here you went and hatched it with your elderly like you're saying, you want to keep the government out of the bedroom, but maybe it's time. Maybe it's time we just have the ATF kick the doors in everybody's bedroom and see what goes on in there. Now we're going to find out some of this stuff.
The woman who wrote In Pursuit of Pregnancy, Joan Liebman Smith, is way up in arms at that idea. She was really PO'd that you might even say that there should be a cutoff, or that there should be some limit to
What do
it.
I care about that pig?
She
Whoever
says
she may be.
She claims that she represents a lot of women who feel like it ought to be okay to have a kid at any age, and that that the government especially would have no right to withhold that.
All right, but here's the point. You have the kid for the kids, not for you. Not because I always wanted to carry your baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so selfish.
1-800-RUN-AROUND, 1-800-766-6766. Law? I don't know. This kid's going to be going through the teenage rebellion. 63 now. Plus,
his parents will be dead
14.
by then.
Yeah, 77.
They'll be dead.
79 years old. Even if they're alive.
That kid'll kill him.
Yeah. That's a weird deal. I mean, and Benny's right about this. You got to start thinking about the kid that you're bringing in, not you.
Yeah, this one I'm talking about protecting the children. Protecting the beast and the children. Paulo and the underage children.
I have to say there should be no limits of any kind. And as far as personal freedoms, you know, if the parents want to have incest...
You know, I want to have a law that you cut your eyebrows because you're driving me nuts there, Croup.
And my nose hair, too, I suppose.
Larry Hagman.
I haven't even gotten to that point yet. You want incest? You want there to be incest?
Yeah, I think if
you're pro-incest, the first person in history.
If everybody's consenting, I think it's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, sure. If the 5-year-old girl thinks it's cute, yeah.
No, I'm saying...
You're an idiot.
No, not... minors are obviously, there are already laws on the books. But we shouldn't be telling...
That you've checked into thoroughly.
We shouldn't be telling Adrian...
He can't possibly find a loophole.
We shouldn't be telling Adrian Barbeau not to be having children at 51. There shouldn't be cutoffs.
No one said Adrian Barbeau couldn't have children. We're talking about this elderly woman.
And, Paula, you shouldn't wear cutoffs.
And, I mean, apparently we do have some kind of cutoff age if she had to go in lying.
Well, the clinic...
Okay, you lie, you can't keep the baby. That's my new rule.
The clinic, the fertility clinic's the one that has the policy about 55 being the cutoff age.
They should have gone in, taken the baby, and said, we're going to give this to a 55-year-old woman that wants it.
See, I think 55 is too old, too.
Of course.
I mean, really?
I honestly think 30's too old.
Unless you're getting like a B12 shot every day, how are you going to keep up?
Do you hear me, honey? I said I think 30's too old.
What about the man?
A man can go on just like Picasso. It's no problem.
Clay and Pompano, you're on the Run Around Show.
Hi. Hey, guys. First-time caller.
Hey, how are you?
Fine. Hey, I wonder if her skin is going to shrink back after she gives birth, you know, from her age. If it's going to go back. You know how women are...
Yeah, they worry about the stretch things.
Yeah, well, not even stretched. Your belly's all puffed out there.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes out, I wonder if the skin's going to come back down or if it's just going to hang there.
She's hoping to get her 58-year-old figure back.
Oh, God, I'm so grossed out.
No kidding.
What if you were the doctor that had to be down in there?
Oh,
Hey, that's why I hate you, Fez.
Hey, what's happening?
You're on the Run Around Show.
I think it's a natural limit that the woman, when she has the baby... His menopause is a natural cutoff.
Thank you, Stan. Finally, somebody's making some sense here.
You know what I'm saying?
Nature. This is about nature.
Nature abhors an old vacuum.
And now, you know what? I want to take because of this woman, we take everything back to nature. No one gets any frozen sperm anymore. Sorry. She blew it for everybody.
I know, but summertime is so hot.
No more operations. No one gets an operation of any kind.
What are you talking? Some kind of sperm sickle? Is that where you're going?
Of course he is. What do you think is his treat? What do you think is the only thing I can keep him relaxed on the airplane with?
Oh, how I chased the sperm bank truck down the street when I was young.
Okay, listen, now if you go completely natural and you don't have the frozen sperm, what about couples that are regular young couples that just can't for some reason have babies?
They don't get it now because of this old lady. This old lady ruined it for everybody.
Because
turn off the TV, get to bed.
Nature is saying for some reason or another, you should not have a kid.
You're not worthy.